So, welcome. And today I wanted to share a practice with you on how to say no and how to embody your no, to really recognize when you're wanting to say no, when you're wanting to say yes. And this comes from a series of conversations we've been having in the Empowered Women's Circle, in our From Burnout to Bliss Summer of Vitality series. And this very common experience that so many of us have about feeling guilty when we say no, and how we then exhaust ourselves and we end up giving from a place of not being resourced, of overriding our own needs, our own well-being in order not to disappoint others. And this doesn't make us wrong. There's so much societal conditioning that has really brought us into the experience. The authors, Emily Nagoski, describe it as human giver syndrome. And it can be really uncomfortable breaking that cycle. And so, can we start to learn how to say no with heart and to actually be on our own side first? And I really think that we can. And so, of course, one way that we can start practicing when we're asked to do something is, can I get back to you on that? And to give ourselves some time to really check in and to notice if we're resourced. And so this practice is going to take about 5 minutes. You might want to have a notebook on hand so that you can take some notes once you've had the experience. And it's really about embodying your yes and no. It's an inner game practice. So we're really bringing attention to what's happening inside of us as I lead you through the questions. And so many of us, we have become expert jugglers between the many roles we carry. We professional women, our volunteerism. Many of us are parents or where we have complex caregiving responsibilities, and it's a lot to hold. And in that, we know the research shows that women are still asked to offer emotional labor far more than their male counterparts within a variety of contexts, whether that's the office or the organizations that we support with volunteerism. And we feel often very pressured to make quick decisions while we're supporting all of these numerous projects and people. And so this wave of activity and all of these constant requests can really leave us feeling disconnected from ourselves. We tend to power through. And so our invitation is to allow ourselves and to start really prioritizing some time to connect inward and to pause before responding, so that we can actually really hear our yes and our no. And so this exercise is going to support you in that. Okay. So the invitation is to really think about a time, maybe it's recent, that you wanted to say no to someone or something, but instead you said yes. And I want to invite you to imagine this experience in full color, almost like there is awareness behind the back of your head and you're allowing the scene to play out on a screen. It's like you're projecting it all onto a movie and you're witnessing this scene where you wanted to say no, but you said yes. So imagining in full color, noticing who was involved and allowing that to play out, staying connected to your feet, your seat. You're just witnessing this example. And now going back, imagining yourself for a moment connected in the safety of the present moment, going back and giving yourself permission to say no. I want to invite you to practice saying it out loud. No. Notice if it's a big no, a little no, if you have difficulty accessing what the quality of your voice is as you're saying no, and noticing where the no lives in your body. And inviting you to come inside and notice, where does this no live in your body? Where do you feel it? Do you feel sensations in your chest? Perhaps your hand? Perhaps you feel sensations in your belly or your throat. There's no right or wrong answer. We're bringing gentle awareness and we're touching it and noticing what's here. and noticing if it's okay to make contact with where this no lives and to honor the no more fully, to thank it for presencing the discomfort, returning toward and welcoming all of it. Again, noticing how it feels to say no instead of yes. And what if your body could actually make a physical gesture of no? Our body tells a story, and our nervous system holds the memory of everything that's ever threatened our safety, our dignity, our belonging. It activates a fight, flight, or freeze response. And if you could connect it to your no, and if your body could tell the story of no, what would that gesture look like? Is it your hand maybe facing away like a stop sign? No. Perhaps it's something different. And right now, no one can see. I want to invite you to make the gesture of your no. How big or small is this no? How does it want to express? No. And so after you've gotten the physical sense of your no, the invitation then is to shake it out, to let it go. You might want to stand up and even jump up and down if that feels right for you. What we're doing is noticing, and we're tending, and we're completing these incomplete responses, because what we resist persists. And you're doing it your way. You have full agency. So however you want to shake this out, I want to invite you to go ahead and do that now. Good. And so now the invitation is to shift gears and to really imagine a time when you didn't acknowledge or express your yes. And an example of this, I can think of something immediately in my own mind, something where I really wanted to go to a certain event. I wanted to choose something different from the other people around me, but I thought it would be easier to go along with the group instead. And then, of course, I felt resentful and sad afterwards. Maybe you can think of a situation and to really think of that now, a time when you actually really wanted to say yes, but you said no because of everything else you had to carry. And so going back to that situation, the situation where there was perhaps some feelings of regret, of disappointment, of non-belonging, perhaps, and giving yourself permission to name and to claim what you want, to claim what feels right for you and to say it out loud. And so to imagine this context, this situation, saying, yes, I want this. Yes, I want this. How does the yes feel in your body? How does it feel on the inside? What physical sensations do you experience? What emotions come up as you feel this yes in your body? Is it joy, excitement, something else? We can have a paradox of emotions coming up. And so, in whatever way feels right for you, now inviting in a movement for your yes. Are your hands up? Yes. I notice that's what's feeling right for me, but your experience might be really different. Yes. Yes. Are you nodding your head? Are you laughing? What is your experience? And this is just for you. And so I invite you, you might even notice that there is some embarrassment coming up as you're having this experience. And notice if you can allow that to be here as well. We're trying a new thing, a new way of noticing and relating. And it's all welcome here. We're breaking this cycle of disconnection and we're coming back into self-connection, of connecting with your yes and your no. And in doing this, we can break the cycle of overcommitting, and you'll be empowered to implement and enjoy healthier work-life boundaries. So, how was this process for you? I'd love to hear from you. You can reach out to me through my website, or you can drop your comment in the link below. And I'm wishing you a great day. Thank you for your time and attention.